And now it's time for entertainment here on Breakfast Television. You got Tracy Moore, you got Meredith Shaw, you got Karen Robinson, and of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the jump rope king, Devo Brown.
Wow.
Yeah, with his twin, with his special guest. Hey, grab the kids and the popcorn because it is time to let your imagination run wild with John Krasinski's latest film, If. It's written, directed, and starring the multi-talented alumni from The Office. This film promises to be a magical journey for the whole family, and our very own Devo Brown got to chat with him. How fun was that?
It was amazing. That was on Monday in New York. Sunday night I got to watch the film. It was cool. It was like a Times Square screening room for Paramount, which was really neat. Did anyone have imaginary friends? I love that you were just holding on to Blue. His name's Blue, even though he's purple.
Cuddly.
Oh, that's Blue.
This is Blue.
Oh,
He's one of the main characters, voiced by Steve Carell.
Super confusing.
I get to keep him, right?
thought
You could,
because he's purple.
We'll talk. I had other plans for Blue, but we can adjust. We can go from there.
We can
But
share.
did anyone have an imaginary friend? No.
I had too many siblings, so it was just no, there was no room.
No, not really. I mean, I did pretend that I was friends with Anne of Green Gables, but she was kind of real.
Yeah,
but I guess she was
still.
imaginary to me. Right. She was just the only redhead that I saw in the public eye, and I was like, oh,
I want to be friends with her.
I'm kind of like you.
Well, that's kind of what this is about. It's going back to your childhood and really kind of connecting with your inner child as an adult. But for kids, it shows like this plot of the young girl who had an imaginary friend. She goes back to the same area in New York City, and the imaginary friend got her through some tough times. But as she grows up, she's like, I'm an adult. I'm a big kid. I don't need this anymore. So it's really connecting through and back with that youthful side of things. John is the writer, the director, the producer of this. It's something he's been working on for 10 years. But during the pandemic, he saw what his kids were kind of going through, and they were losing a little bit of that spark. And he goes, no, I want that joy for my family once again. The list of people that he got, and John told me, I go, did you have any hesitation from him? He goes, no, and that shocked me, that everybody said yes. Let me tell you some of the people that are in this. Ryan Reynolds is a producing partner in this. He went to Ryan right away on it. But Steve Carell, Blake Lively, Bradley Cooper, Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, Awkwafina, Amy Schumer, Phoebe Waller-Bridges, Sam Rockwell, John Stewart, George Clooney, Maya Rudolph, and the late Louis Gossett Jr. as well. Lou Gossett, who just passed away, plays Louis in this and is adorable. But those are all the voices. Think about that. That roster
incredible.
is wild. Yeah. And then Kaylee, who plays the young girl, is an absolute star. So we chatted about all of that, getting this just this fun, cute. It's for the kids. I watched it. I walked into the screening room, and there's a bunch of kids in there, and it was Mother's Day, and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting kids.
I
was
am
like,
Uncle
cool.
Devo.
Yeah. But throughout the movie, I heard a lot of,
Is it sad a little bit?
It's a little bit sad. There's a lot of emotion. So we talk about the entire film, the filming process, and how fun it can be to voice things as well with some of the cast. Check it out.
What if I told you imaginary friends are real? And when their kids grow up, they're forgotten.
Are any of them scary?
Worse. Desperate.
What is scarier, getting this project out to the masses or finally showing this baby to your babies and getting their reaction?
Good question. Definitely B, the latter. I mean, showing my kids, they saw it about 2 days ago, and it was the most scared I've ever been in this business of showing anything to anyone ever, because I made this for them, and I made this with their magical world in mind, so I couldn't get it wrong. And when I got 2 little thumbs up, I was like, that's it. I don't need another review for the rest of my career.
What are you anyway?
An if.
So Kaylee Fleming is a magical creature. She might be my if. She walked in, and before she opened her mouth, I knew she had the part.
Good luck, short stack. It's all up to you. No pressure.
At the end of the day, it's very rare that your lead character is you, and she's everybody in this audience, because for kids want to be her because she gets to hang out with them. And adults, she's the invite back. She's going through that moment of should I or should I not grow up.
Almost every kid has one. We say if. Get it? Imaginary friend.
Voice work is so underrated. It's so hard.
I'm blue.
But you're purple.
My kid, well, he was colorblind.
It's a hard job to convey that much through your voice, and that's why he's the voice king.
I had never seen anyone do voice work before, but I got to watch him do a tiny little piece. And I was
laughing, but I was also bawling my eyes out watching you because
Yeah.
it's so
It's
special.
It's remarkable to watch me work in
It
any
is.
way.
It is.
I make myself cry.
John has like such a unique way of communicating on a set. Like so much, you understand exactly what he's saying through sounds. Like he's
Yes.
like, then you're gonna come in here, we're gonna get in here, we're gonna go.
That's literally what he does. That's what he does.
And then that light is going, oh God, oh God.
Really?
And you, somehow you're like, yes, I know exactly what to do
And
in
you
this next
do.
take. And you do.
He could-
And you
yeah.
deliver.
And Mom said too much candy isn't good for your tummy, but I said, oh my God,
Wow, my eyes can taste it.
I'm so sorry.
You don't taste that in your eyeballs?
Did you have a security blanket, a stuffy, a happy place that you went to as a young one?
This is gonna sound weird, but I was a goalie growing up from when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I've been pretty much skating my whole life. I thought about playing in the NHL, but you're on the road so much.
One year, my parents bought me some new goalie pads, and I used to sleep with them.
Wow.
Yeah, that was sort of my
That
teddy bear.
supple leather, though, cannot be underestimated.
It's so true.
Did you name them?
Cooper and Cooper.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Cooper.
The Cooper twins.
That's the most Canadian thing any human being
I was
ever.
not expecting a Canadian answer from Steve.
They ease children out of the womb in ice skates, which is very painful.
Loved it.
Kate! What kind of a kid creates an invisible if?
What kind of kid creates an invisible if? So he yells at Keith at the end there. Keith is played by Brad Pitt.
Oh.
Just watch the film. You understand it a little more, all right? Yeah, right?
Get Brad Pitt.
You got Brad Pitt. It's invisible. You'll understand. Okay, you'll get it. If is in theaters starting tomorrow. A lot of fun. Thank you to the entire